Well, have I got a surprise for you? A real surprise tonight. Well, we're not in Withensea. Nope, we're not in Grimsby. So we've actually come out. It's a bit nippy here tonight. So I've got my coat out as well. So we've come somewhere really special. So we're going to have a bit of a mooch round and a bit of a walk round. So where do you think we are? I'm doing my best not to give you any clues yet. Well, we're clearly at a car park. We're clearly in a nice area. It'll be even nicer if I can actually get my coat on. Well, it's definitely a nice area, this, and I'm doing my best not to give it away. What we're doing is we're going for a walk, but we do that every night. But this is a bit of a special walk. I've done it before, and it's well worth doing. But I couldn't do it properly last time. That was the thing. But this time I think I've got it. So I'll give you a bit of a secret. We're pretty close to the city of Hull in East Yorkshire. Its real name is Kingston upon Hull. What I don't want to do is give away what I'm doing though. So I'm trying to be a bit careful. Because you'll see it in its entirety when we arrive there. But I don't want you to see it yet. No, I haven't. JFK, never been to the Comet Hotel. Whereabouts is that? Normally if I go anywhere, I tend to stay either at Travel Lodge, which is alright. I don't go to Travel Lodge, it's Premier Inn. I've got other places as well, but they're the two main ones. Yeah, we don't... If I turn my camera to my left, it would give it away. And I don't want to do that yet. Look at that place, look at the windows there. Amazing, isn't it? Well, we parked in the foreshore car park. We're on Cliff Road. Right. Down here is the A63. It's the main road that connects Hull with West Yorkshire. It joins onto the M62 and it connects West Yorkshire, Greater Manchester and Liverpool. It's one of the busiest roads in the UK. I'm going to be careful because what I don't want to show you is exactly in front of me. No, I've never been there. That sounds interesting, does that, actually, JFK? The old Comet Factory in Hatfield. I know they used to make, that's where they actually made the Comet, but I didn't know it had been turned into a hotel. So it does sound interesting. I didn't know that. To be honest, I've not been to Hatfield in many, many, many years. I think the last time I'll have gone to Hatfield would have been in the late 60s, early 1970s when I was a boy. Might be worth going back and having a look. I don't know. Well, we'll get a good look here of the A63. Last time I came here, there was a guy and he was going to throw himself off the motorway bridge. Awful. Just imagine that. You know, a lot of people were there with him and they stopped him. The police arrived and an ambulance took him away. Hopefully he'll have got the help he needed. Terrible. If life's so bad for somebody, that the only way we can cope is by ending it, I don't know what you say to that. I'm after crossing over and I can't do anything at the moment. Yeah, I can now. That's better. So we're going to go up the top of this road and then I'm going to turn left. Oh really, JFK, you worked at the Ford Dagenham plant? Well, it's funny you say that. My mum used to live on the Becontree estate, which was very close to Ford's of Dagenham. It was about a 20 minutes walk from her house to the to Checkers Lane. My brother-in-law worked in the engine plant. Surprising, isn't it? I think we can get this way. Evening.
Evening.
Yeah, we certainly can. Well, my brother-in-law worked there, certainly in the 1970s. Two really nice dogs. You know, he worked in the days of the Cortina and the Escort. I came back up north when I was 16. Anyway, it's a lovely evening tonight. Again, I'm going to have to turn my camera a little bit because I don't want to give it away where we're going just yet. Hiya, Dave. How are you? Well, you're in for a surprise tonight, Dave. I've not got Toby with me. Me and Toby walked 13 miles. Would you believe that? From 9:30 this morning until about 1 o'clock. So, poor little man. I decided to leave him at home with his mother. Now, you like the UK then, do you, JFK? We're not a bad country, really. People are not bad. We do have our share of hotheads, don't get me wrong. But most people, we're civil, we're polite, and we're decent. Right, we're now in it's a bit of a park, this. And at the back of us you might be able to see a big concrete structure, I don't know. But there's certainly a lot of noise from it, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. And I'm not going to give it away just yet. So I'm going to keep my camera turned because this is going to be a really, really good walk. Down there, the railway line, and we've got the A63. And that nearly gave it away. Evening. That's better. So we got, you walk 30 miles every week, do you? That's not bad actually, 2 miles a day, Dave. That isn't bad for most people. Blimey. You know, there isn't a Ford, well, you've got an engine plant in Dagenham now, JFK. It employs about 2,000 people. I mean, you'll remember it when about 40,000 people worked there. Now you're down to just about 2,000. The foundry's gone. The pressing plants are gone. The paint shops are gone. Everything that made Ford of Dagenham what it was has all gone. We just got this little bit that employs about 2,000 people. We don't even make the bits, but just putting engines together. And that's it. That's all they do nowadays. So it's certainly a lot different to how you would remember it. You walk 13 miles a week though, Dave. For most people, that's great. 13 miles a week is good. It's just when I was diagnosed with diabetes, I had to do something really quick. And that's what I did. You know, I started exercising. When I was younger, I used to walk all over the place. It didn't matter where, I walked. Walked and walked. Little dogs. Oh. Hello, hello. It's always good to see dogs. Look at him go for his bowlie. It's always nice to see them. I love dogs. Yeah, I know. I remember them building the parts store, and that was absolutely ginormous. I think that would have been in about 1970, 1971, something like that. Can't remember offhand. But they were gonna, it was there to store all the parts for Ford of Europe. Anyway, it's now owned by, it's still there, but it's now owned by Eddie Stobart. It's basically there as the contract, you know, our Walmart. Just gonna think about this for a moment. No, we definitely go down here. And then there's a little way up to where we're going. Sounds like a ship, that, doesn't it? You know, because in the Humber we actually do have ships right the way up to Goole. I think where I need to go is where that car is. No, I'm not sure, to be honest. And there's no way I can check. I think it's up here. Yeah, I still don't want you to know. There's some people here, so I'm going to ask them. Right, that solves that one, but I don't think it does, to be honest. But we'll try it anyway. Steps that take no, there are some steps that take us to where we're going. And I think I can remember yeah, we'll see. I'm okay. I think we've done it. Right, I know where we are. Let's get these stairs and then you'll see it all in its entirety. This is no small sight, and it has been worth keeping it under wraps. Yep, there's a big road there. Lots of lorries. Well, we're where we needed to be. Right guys, anybody any ideas where we might be? We're about to see one of the wonders of the world. Now you're going to see where the north ends and the Midlands actually begin. You still haven't seen it yet, but we are quite high up. See, we walk down there. Look at that. How high up we are. So where are we? Well, there it is. Hi Nick. How's that? Do you know what it is? This is the Humber Bridge. And what we're going to do is walk across it, and then we're going to come back. It's about 1.5 miles long. So if anybody's really interested and you want to come back, there's a virtual tour. We're not going to do that today, are we? This is the anchorage point. This is what keeps it upright. It's what a lot of schools did. Kids at schools. What the Humber Bridge meant to them. The steps gave it away, did it? You knew, Dave. I thought you might know. I thought you of anybody might know. But to be honest, I wasn't sure whether you would. But thanks for not giving it away anyhow. I think you was with me the last time we came across. At that time you could only come on one side, but now I think both sides are open. See, there's those descriptions of it. If anybody wants to know more, they can always click on that. I'll try and get as many of them as I can. You know, when I told you about that guy who were going to throw himself off that bridge onto the A63, there are organisations that can help. I feel for anybody whose life is that bad. You want to end it all. I've had bad times in my life. I've had some horrors, especially when I was younger, but I never wanted to end it all. I wanted things to get better, and I wanted to make things better in all sorts of ways, but I've never ever wanted to end it. There you go, the train. I can feel, you know, the traffic under my feet, the vibrations of the cars and the trucks. Yeah, we got another one going into Hull. think this is a Hull train. There he goes. Lots of trucks and cars going over the bridge. And just here, we'll see the A63 that I was telling you about. The main artery between Hull and West Yorkshire, Greater Manchester and beyond, which is just down here. There it is. You know, Nick, you follow that road and eventually it'll take you out at Bury Junction. Which junction is it? Junction 18, I think. Blimey. Yeah, the QR codes, they like give you some sort of tour, a virtual tour off the bridge. So that, you know, you can, that's why I'm giving people time to click on, you know, to do something with them, take a photo of them, and you can go on it later on. And it'll tell you a lot about them. Just look at that. I bet that was interesting, weren't it, Dave? Working on this Leviathan. Hell, I mean, when you look at it, just look at that. My God. It's just, the size of it is really hard to comprehend. You know, the other day when you were telling us about the wind farm at Redcar, and you were saying that you took some kids to Saltburn and you were showing them how the curvature of the earth worked, how you know. Yeah, Nick, it's another set. Well, I read somewhere a long time ago, this bridge is so long that when they were designing it, they had to take into account the curvature of the earth itself to build these big, you know, piers like. Never ceases to amaze me whenever I go across it. I know my grandson's dying. He's only 5. Well, not 5 yet even, but he's dying to go across it with Granddaddy. Look at that. Unbelievable. Hi Joyce. How are you this beautiful evening? Just look at that view. What you're looking at is a view towards Goole. I'm looking at across the Humber. Now, it's absolutely amazing. Yeah, the River Humber is navigable as far as Goole. And then from there, you got the Trent, which is navigable, right the way up to near Scunthorpe. You get some quite large ships coming under this bridge, and they're due to Goole, which is Britain's biggest inland port. We will have a walk round Goole docks at some point. I did think of it today. Just look at the size of the river though. Look at that. Look at the sun. The reflection on the river. Blimey, that's another fact. I didn't know that, Dave. Why did they do that? I'd have thought if anything they'd have been narrower. But when you're working on it, you'll know a lot more than me. Just amazing though, isn't it? Yeah, I didn't want anyone to know until we actually got here what we're doing. Well, we're 23 people following us on this marvellous trip across British engineering, the Humber Bridge. If you're enjoying the video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Certainly a lovely evening for it. Evening. Lovely, isn't it, eh? So if anybody asks you, where does the north start and end? Here, on the Humber Bridge. This is where it starts. This is where it ends. We get across onto the other side, we're then in the Midlands. The East Midlands, not the North. Look at that sun. When it gets windy, apparently they shut the walkway down. And when it gets even more windy, they shut the bridge down. And when they do that, drivers have to go all the way to the M18 round about Doncaster and come back on the M180. It's about 80 miles or something like that, you know. Yeah, we've got 5 likes and we've got 34 watching this wonderful walk across the River Humber. If you like what you see, then please like, comment, share and subscribe. Thanks, Jordan. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying the view. It's stupendous, isn't it? It's just, well, what can you say? There's a boy out there. I don't mean a boy as in boy, but a boy as in shipping. Probably a sandbank or something there, so it'll be guiding the ships. I think building the Humber Bridge, you know, it will have cost a lot of money, but in doing so we brought two communities together, South Humber side and North Humber side. It will have helped business, it will have provided jobs, healthcare, so many things it will have done. It will have brought in a lot of investment. Well, come on folks, if you like this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. It's a lovely evening here on the border between the North and the Midlands. We're coming up, we're not there yet, but we're coming up to the centre of the bridge. Look how far we've come. The other side's a small town called Barton. It's a nice little place, Barton on Humber, to be honest. I've got my wallet on me and I've got some shackles. I don't know what. To go and have a quick, sly, watered down shandy or not when I get there. But we'll see. Just look at that. It's amazing, isn't it? And there's the Hessel foreshore again. Evening. Just amazing, isn't it? I came over here early August. What I didn't know was that my son and the kids were watching. Well, we're almost at the centre point. There's one end, and there's the other end. The other big stanchion. Ah, now I've got it. That's where it is, a little lighter. I don't know whether that's the one, what checks speed or not. I'm always very wary of it. I'm coming along here. I know two Jags were speeding along. Now this is what kids have done. I like that one. The Humber brings us together. Well, it does. Key stage 1, so this is like 5-6 year olds. Key stage 2. Nine and 10 year olds. The Humber Bridge 40. Key Stage 3, secondary school. Kids doing the GCSE have done that one. Evening. Well, we've gone past the halfway stage. As we march off towards the Midlands. I think that buoy in the river there, I think that's possibly halfway across the Humber. So I don't know, there's another one further down. I don't think we can see it. There it is. And that's closer to the shore. I won't get them both on together, but that must be the actual shipping lane between the two of them. You know, for some of the ships that are going into Goole. There's an inspection hatch here. I don't know if you can see anything in it. I don't think we can. You know, there will be a point where they're going to have to do something with the bridge because of all the stresses and strains. The wires in those things start to snap, lose lots of their elasticity, and they start to snap. Now I don't know how they replace them. I know the Forth Bridge in Scotland, which is something pretty similar. They actually built another bridge, and the old Forth Bridge has been relegated for local traffic. There's this big new thing called the QE2 bridge. Hi Maria, how are you tonight? Well, we're walking across the Humber Bridge. This is the bridge what puts Hull on the map. It costs you £2 to cross it if you're in a car. But it's free if you're walking or you're on a push bike. Look at that, that's the setting sun. Just amazing, isn't it? Well, we're going to get rubbish weather tomorrow. I'm hoping it'll be alright in the morning to take Toby for his long walk, but we may not have a long walk tomorrow morning. And it'll be alright in the evening. At least we'll get a good hour in or something like that. Well, this is why I've done this tonight, because I thought if it's going to be really bad, the last thing I want to be doing is walking across the Humber in the rain. Thursday I take the Duchess shopping. Friday seems such a long way off. So I thought, do it tonight, and then I've done it. How many miles have I done today? Done about 15 miles so far, just short of 16. What we've been on here, I've done just short of 3. About 2.5, something like that. That summer foreshore where I parked the car up to where we are now. When we go in back, you'll be able to see Essel foreshore, the car park that I've used. Look at that, eh? So we've now left Yorkshire and we're hurtling towards Lincolnshire. So I said we were going to do something special tonight, and we have done. Well, we're almost 3/4 of the way across the bridge. I'm going to see if I can come back on the other side. I know when I went to Grimsby last week, there were people walking on the other side, and I thought, interesting. I thought I'll bear that in mind, so I don't know whether we'll be able to go on the other side tonight, but hopefully we'll be able to, and then we'll be able to look out on the Humber going towards the sea. You won't get to see the sea, but you get quite a way. You know, we're still about 20 miles from the mouth of the Humber. Hi Sammy. I'm doing very well. Yeah, another lovely day, you're quite right. I know, and I've not got Toby with me. He walked 13 mile today. 13 mile, little man. So his mum said he's staying in to keep her company, the old Duchess. So he's with the old Duchess. What we're doing now, Sam, is we're crossing the Humber Bridge. Or we've nearly crossed it. We've come from over there to over here. We've left the north and we're about to enter the Midlands. How cool is that? Well, here we go, it's the other. They were telling us that the pillars are higher, are bigger wider on top than they are at the bottom. Yeah, we've been just telling us that we're all being recorded, video recorded. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I'm recording too. I don't know whether that picture's going to come out right or not. If it does, it does. If not, never mind. That certainly will. I just want something nice for the icon. So other people, when they look for it, they go think, wow, that's worth looking at. Now over there, when we get a bit closer, I'll show you. It's some sort of nature park, but I don't know what it is. Some sort of nature park, but I don't really know much about it. Oh hell, there's nothing worse than Australians giving abuse. Sorry about that, Dave. Yeah, I know. Well, Toby's at home, Sammy. His mum said, no, he's walked too far, he needs to rest. So he's to stay at home with his mother. Poor Toby. I know he likes going out with me. There was a bloke there in a van, and he was videoing the passenger, and he was videoing as he was going along. Well done him. I would get the Duchess to do that, but she wouldn't muck it up. Yep, so we're coming to the end now of the bridge. We're in the final quarter. It's been a great walk, hasn't it? So far, it's just been amazing, hasn't it? I'm thinking what to do next. PNG. What's PNG? I'm not sure, Dave. Military truck with a load of gear on the back. Let's get a few people jogging across the bridge. So I don't know what that factory is down there. It looks like there's a nice path or cycleway. They're one of the cleaners, new daffs. They took over Stobart's Welch, and a load of other companies, and they pulled them all in to something called Kalina. I know Stobart's in trouble. Yeah, from being like the darling of the 80s and 90s, having a massive fan club. See, we're well in to the last quarter now. That place down there, I wonder if it's an old brickworks or something like that. I don't know. It could be. There's still a lot of bricks and things there. Could be using it now as some sort of store. Who knows? I don't know. Or are they building new stuff with looks like there's been excavations and things. But then, you look at that thing, there's a chimney. And it looks more industrial than it does residential. So although some of it might be residential, some of it might still be industrial, I don't know. I might have a look at that on the internet later on. Well, we're almost at the end of our wonderful journey across the Humber Bridge. That to me looks like some sort of church, doesn't it? I don't know, can't make it out. No, it's not. Could be a garden centre. Certainly a lot of it. Blimey, that way. The vibrations of that, blimey. Just look at these, the anchor points. What hold the bridge in place. Couldn't believe it, could you? The Barton anchorage, if anybody wants it. Ah, right, Papua New Guinea. Right, of course, I never thought of that. Definitely, yeah. Got you now. So now we are at the other side. We're now in North Lincolnshire, and smile, we're on television, which we're fine with. We're not doing anything to upset anybody. We're not being nasty or anything like that, or rude or obsequious. Just walking having a nice walk. We're videoing what we see. Let's see what it says on that signpost. So that's what we're looking at there now, is a garden centre. Wow, look at that, look at the rays of the sun coming down on the Humber. Amazing. So that's now a garden centre. Wow. Isn't that amazing? One of my neighbours were going to either Mablethorpe or Skegness, I can't remember which. Bloke called Bert, he's no longer with us. He passed away about 5 or 6 years ago. But anyway, a bit further down here, there's a bit of a lay-by. I know the lay-by, I know it well. When I was doing my PhD, I was looking at doing it was about Scunthorpe, and I came down here loads of time, so I know the lay-by. Anyway, no matter. He pulled in, I don't know, to sort his wife out. It was a big lady, she was uncomfortable, with very poor mobility. Bert himself was a sick man. The car was one of these mobility scheme vehicle cars. Anyway, he sorts her out, and he's coming out of the lay-by. The road's clear, and then boom, a van went right into the back of it. As you can see, it's 2 lanes on both sides. From where the lay-by is, you can see a good mile or 1.5 miles in front of you. Now Bert was older than what I'm 71 in November. I think Bert were about 75 or 76. They were certainly getting on. Anyhow, the police gave him a really hard time. Because they gave him a choice of being charged, what with I don't know, or else handing his licence in. They got his son-in-law and his daughter to have a go at him and tell him what he had to do. So like a fool, he gave his licence in. And he come to me after that. He said, "What do you think, Darryl?" I said, "Well, I know the lay-by, and I also know that driver should have seen you." Right, what we're going to do now is go under the bridge. Well, I can't be arsed at going downstairs steps, so we'll go the long way round. I just can't be bothered. We'll be bad enough at the other end. So you've got a guy from the, whoever it is, a traffic officer there, watching the speeding drivers perhaps. The Humber Bridge itself. Well folks, what do you think of that? You like garden centres then, Sammy? Yeah, I'm back. That's good. Well, you'll see the bridge in its entirety from here. It's just... How was that? It's just amazing, isn't it? It's just amazing. Well, I'm thinking what to do. I think what we'll do, we'll go back over the Humber and back to the foreshore. There is a bridge viewing area down here. But there's one at the other side as well. Let's keep us fingers crossed we can actually cross the Humber on the other side, which is good, because if we can, we'll see the Humber as it goes out to the sea. There's Barton. This tells you all about Barton. It's a nice little place, actually. Yeah, we can do it. I think. I don't think we can use it. It's closed. Yeah, I do know I saw people walking on it the other day. No, it's closed, look. I'm not going to force my way. So what we're going to have to do, sadly, is go back exactly the way we've been. See, there's all your laws and everything else. Oh well, that is certainly a pity. What time is it now anyhow? Let's have a look. 19:22. Yeah, so I think the best thing to do is to go back over to the other side. It's 9 o'clock when it closes, but we'll be well across the other side by then. What we'll do sometime, we'll come here in the daytime and I'll show you around Barton. How does that sound? Well, from Hessel, leaving the car, we've done 3.32 miles. So it's going to be about 7 miles by the time I get back to the car. Yep, I'm going to go this way because I can't be bothered about going up the stairs. It's what you call idleness. Hi Kirsty. The view's amazing. From the other side, when you're looking out to the sea, Sammy, it's absolutely brilliant. But I know if we were to go into Barton itself and go to the bridge viewing area so I could show you, it would be difficult getting back before they closed. The patio, the foot passenger path at 9 PM. I don't know how they close it or what they do, if they can close it, but it does say so. And the last thing I want to be doing is getting caught on this side of the river. Now that's interesting. You know that the garden centre, there was smoke coming out of the chimney. We'll see what we can see when we get opposite. Well, so here we go, folks. We're going back over the Humber. We're going back the way we came. Oh no! It wasn't what I wanted to do either. But it is what it is. And let's be fair, there's a lot worse things we could be doing. At least it's a change from being in with. The bridge itself, from one end to the other, is 1.25 miles. So what we'll have walked is 2.8 miles, plus the distance from Hessel Foreshore to the bridge, and from the bridge back to Hessel Foreshore. So that's like be about 4 or 5 mile, I think. 5 mile maybe. Well, there it is in front of us. Now that place was a nice screen van there, look. At the garden centre. Yeah, we'll have a look when we get a little bit better closer. But there was definitely smoke coming out of that chimney. Look at that sunset. Hang on. Well, we're coming up to the bridge proper. We're on the run up to it. Just look at those at that anchorage point. Imagine that. Well, yeah, it would be, Sammy, except I'll be going east. What would be lovely, to be honest, is to come here, and I might do it one day, really early in the morning, like, I don't know, 6 o'clock, 5, just when it's about to go light, and we could watch the sunset. That'd be good. Yeah, we could go into Barton on the river bank and watch the sun, or Hessel even, and watch the sun come up. I think that, you know, with the bridge says as a backdrop, that'd be good. But unfortunately, I won't see this beauty because I'll be going in the opposite direction from here. It's absolutely amazing though, isn't it? You know, when you think of it, going back, we could build something like this. No sweat, we built it. It was expensive, but we had the people, we had the materials, and we found the money. Nowadays, we can't even build a high-speed railway line from London to the north. We can't do it. It costs billions just to do the paperwork. There you go. Look what I see. Oh dear. So it's a good job we're coming back when we are, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, they are beautiful. The sunset is absolutely amazing, isn't it? It is bureaucracy, Sammy. But it's also lack of political will. That's another big one. Well, I'm pretty sure the bridge authorities are now aware that I am on the bridge. See, there it is at that garden centre. I think that were a brickworks at some point. They may have been quarries as well. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Dave, but I don't really see why we couldn't have had both. HS2 and Transpennine going up to Newcastle and beyond. I don't see why we couldn't have had both. Yeah, that is, we're on about we've got to increase productivity. We've got to encourage investment from wherever that investment comes from. And I get all that. That is right. The North needs investment. It needs infrastructure. It needs transport. It needs so many things. But equally, there's no reason why we couldn't have done both of HS2 and, you know, Northern Rail, which takes us all the way up to Newcastle, as you said. But you got to have a political will. It's interesting what Reform have said. They've told companies not to bid for the rail projects in the north. They've resurrected Northern Powerhouse Rail, and Richard Tice has told companies not to waste the time in bidding, because if they win the next general election, and there's every likelihood that they will, they're going to cancel it. So we'll have to see what policies they're going to put in its place. But yeah, Liverpool to Hull. And then as you sit up to Newcastle, that would have been the right way to go, along with HS2. It's not just about having fast railway, trains and things, it is. But also, if you've got brand new tracks, high-speed trains, the present infrastructure, you can devote that to freight. I mean, anybody knows, you go on the M62, anywhere between Liverpool and Leeds, between 6:30 in the morning and 9:30, it's an absolute nightmare. Best avoided. The proper Northern Rail Partnership, HS2, they could really have had something worth having, and that would have made a massive difference to the north. You'd have been taking a hell of a lot of trucks, cars off the motorway. You'd have had a reliable service for passengers, and we'd have had a reliable service for freight. In Germany, they just put wagons on trains, don't they, trailers, and then they go to wherever they're going. They get to the destination, they're just driven off. There's a unit to pick them up, and then they go, the last few miles by road. Don't see why we couldn't do that here. Yeah, well that's what it should have been. Liverpool to Hull, but then coming down from Manchester Airport to Crewe, and then from Crewe over to Lichfield, and then you'd have had straight into HS2 then, wouldn't it? That's what it should have been. You want more local services and more freight services, and the way to do it is with a new network, high-speed trains, high-speed passenger network, get the express trains off the normal routes and get on with it. I've always said that. I was always in favour of HS2. And Northern Powerhouse Rail, I've always been in favour of both of them. Andy Burnham's, I'm not keen on Andy Burnham at all, but his idea to put the whole lot underground in Manchester rather than have it on stilts, I thought was probably one of the best ideas going. You are disrupted Manchester while they build it a bit, but this other plan the government had to put it on stilts just wouldn't have worked. It's no wonder it was cancelled, because the plans were crap. when you think of the money that was thrown away as well, like, unbelievable. And it seems this shower, what are in government, are going to bring back Northern Powerhouse Rail, which again I'm not against, but will it be what you're saying? Look at that. Are we going to have, is it going to be truncated? Is it just going to be between Leeds and Manchester or something? Like you said, it has to go up to Newcastle. You need it to come down to Crewe. And if you're going to do that, then what about HS2? It's not far from Lichfield. It is, but it's not a million miles from Lichfield up to Crewe, is it? And that's got to be the linchpin, Crewe. Yeah, I can believe you. I can believe that, Sammy. I can believe it. Yep. There you go. Yeah, I can believe that. That's what we're up against at the moment. Our railway network, it were great back in the 1860s and 1870s. It was fantastic. It was cutting edge technology. But the world, we've moved on, the world's moved on, and we've still got the same old infrastructure. You look at China, say what you like about the Chinese, but they know how to build railways. Well, that's where we're coming from. That's where we're going. We're not halfway across yet. It's been a great evening, hasn't it, everybody? Yeah, I thought that at the time, Dave. Northern Powerhouse, what does it actually mean? What does it mean? Why not just say what it means? Liverpool Hill, Liverpool Hull, Newcastle Railway Network or something like that. Well, we're up at 28 again. Just like to welcome people on this wonderful walk across the Humber Bridge. We're now leaving the Midlands and heading towards the north, Yorkshire, the land of Bargum. If you're enjoying the, we're up to 40 now. If we're enjoying the video, then please like, comment, share and subscribe. We're having a good conversation, some of us, about transport and trains. But yeah, Dave, I agree with you. And I thought at the time when, I think it was George Osborne who came out with it, in about, I don't know, 2012, 2013 perhaps. I thought then it was a bit patronising, it's supercilious. But there you go. At the time though, if we're going to get a decent railway network, and at the time they were talking about electrifying it, right, the line right the way up to Hull. This would have been something. There were talk of extra track, maybe not new permanent way, but extra track going all the way up to Newcastle along the main line, the East Coast, along the East Coast main line. Which I thought at the time, well, yeah, if you do that, you increase for tracks on the East Coast Main Line, you're solving a massive, massive problem, like we were going to do on the West Coast Main Line, you know, between Crewe and Carlisle. It's a pity it's all come to nothing though, isn't it, really? We'll see what Labour come up with. It's supposed to be in the budget, we're supposed to be told what they're going to do. Well, I'm not going to hold my breath waiting. I mean, ironically, HS2 were their big idea, their big sell. And at the time I agreed with it then. I thought, well, that's one good thing they're going to do. What we never expected were the costs to balloon and balloon and balloon. Knew the costs would go up. If they say 50 billion, you know it's going to cost 70. You know it might go up to 80. It might go up a bit more. But nobody ever expected we were going to go up further than that. Ooh, do you see what I see? Well, well, well. Bolt trader. So that's come from the Baltic. So that'll be going to Goole. You do, Dave. Well, well, well. I never. I hope we'd get to see a ship. I didn't think we would, but I'm glad we have done. So he knows to steer left of that void, doesn't he? Really? Is that, well, that ship there, that's come from the Baltics. Whereabouts in the Baltics are we from, Sami? Well, that's where that ship's from, the Baltics anyway. Balt freight. You used to get a lot of ships coming from Russia and the various Soviet republics into Hull at one time, but since the war in Ukraine, I don't think you do. I think that's gone. There we go. Well, it's 10 to 8 nearly. And I've done 4.5 miles. So I don't think we're going to get 6 tonight, but I'm not bothered. There he goes, look, he's steering between the two boys, look. There's the other one. And there's the one who's gone to the left, and he has to keep to the right of that. Are you from Latvia? Ah, and why not? That is a good thing about America. You've people there, literally from every country in the world. It's only a tiny country, Latvia, though, isn't it? But they got the freedom. It took what, 60 years or something for them to get the freedom. It's all lit up. Humber Bridge, that's where we've come from. And there's the boat. There's the other shore where we're going. That's what it looks like in front of us. So it's well used, this bridge, isn't it? Ah, that's sad. Are they mainly older people who've been here for a long time and slowly be passing away? Well, we're halfway across, guys. We're just over halfway, in fact. And there's our ship, look. The boy, the ship, and the other boy. So he's making his way. I think he'll be going to Goole. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll go there to Goole. And we'll have a look around the dock, because you can actually walk on the dock itself. I took my boys there many years ago. One of them had been doing a project at school, and he wanted to know what a tom pudding was. A tom pudding, it's like a barge that had coal in it, and they were filled up at the coal mines, which were on the sides of canals, and transported over to Goole. When the tom puddings were taken to Goole, the whole barge, the tom pudding barge, was lifted up by a crane and emptied into the hold of the ship. So I took them to see the tom pudding crane, and the various, notices and placards that told them what a tom pudding barge was. So we took photographs and things for the school project. Now he'll be doing the same for his daughter. There we go, the ship. Keep it to the right of the boy, look. We're way off now. Well, what we'll do now We'll make our way back to the foreshore. We'll have a walk under the bridge. Yeah, we'll have a walk under the bridge and go back to the car. Let's just look at that evening. Can't really beat it, can you? Just such a wonderful walk tonight. Well, done 4 3/4 miles. And I think I've got about 3/4 miles to go, so it'll be 5.5. There's certainly a lot of people what use, you know, a lot of people, you know, that are using the bridge. There's a boat right down there. You can just about see it. Well, we got 28 people following us. Glad to have you with us. Means a lot to know there are people who enjoy my videos. If you do enjoy it though, please like, comment, share and subscribe. It's always good to have you on board. We're now up to 32. So if you're enjoying it, please like, make a comment, tell me what you like, what you don't like, tell me what you would like to, what else you'd like me to do, what you'd like to see. Look at that over there. I don't know if you can see it up there. It's all lit up. It's amazing, isn't it? That's on the other side of the river. Amazing, isn't it? Well, we're coming up to the for those who don't know, we've actually been crossing the Humber Bridge between Hessel on the north bank and Barton on the south bank, and then we've crossed back again. I had wanted to cross on the other, come back on the other side. That would have been glorious. Just look at that. That is amazing. Your dad's 82. Yeah, I lost my mum 12 years ago and I still miss her. Yeah, cheers for that, Sammy. That means a lot. Yeah, I hope you make 82 too. Ah, thanks for that, Sammy. Yeah. History is my subject. Well, we're almost at the end of our walk across the Humber Bridge. We're almost back where we started. Ironically, it's about half a mile away, or something like that. But the car, it's only parked about 100 yards the other side of the bridge. Anyhow, when we get back there to the car park, we'll have some good views of the other side, all lit up. So that's going to be something to look forward to, isn't it? Uh, 67 in 40, blimey Dave, you're nearly getting as old as me. I'm 71 in November. Huh. So when's it your birthday again? 14 days today. I'll make a note of that, Dave. Well, here we are again. Remember the A63? The main arterial road from Leeds, Manchester and Liverpool to Hull. So we're going to go down them steps in a minute. Back into the bridge, nature reserve or whatever they call it. Out the other side. And then we'll go down that road, over the railway bridge, what I told you about before, whether a bloke gonna throw himself over. Hi Alice, where am I? Back in Yorkshire. I've just crossed the Humber Bridge. We've just crossed from Lincolnshire into Yorkshire. And we've got an ambulance coming up at the back of us, I think. There you are. What a night this has been. It's been an absolutely fantastic night. This has been a real pleasure. I've enjoyed every second of this. I'm glad we didn't go for a walk round Barton though. Well, one thing we'd have missed for ship. But more to the point, joking apart. Coming back over the bridge in the dark would have been alright. But I'm going to have to go under the bridge in that park. Now that might have been a bit of a problem, going down these steps. I don't think I'd come to any harm or anything nasty like that. But it is a worry. You know, what am I likely to fall over? But I don't think there's any lights. At least there's a little bit of light. So I'm pretty much okay with that. Remember us coming up here? Dave knew all along where I was. He said the steps gave it away. But thanks, Dave, for not telling everybody else. Because I was doing my best to keep it a surprise from people. You know, I wanted to do it, but to give you that view, just look at that. What a wonderful view though, eh? Big crane. It looks like there are lights down there, so that's good. I really didn't know whether there were or there weren't. This is where you, just up here, is where you go to pay your money. Just there. You gotta pay by card. Right. It's gonna be a bit. I'm okay, but I just need to be careful and to concentrate on what I'm doing. God, can you imagine slipping down here? Not bear thinking about, is it? In a way, I'm glad I've not got Toby with me. He'll be out tomorrow night though, come hell or high water. So all those who missed Toby tonight, he'll definitely be out tomorrow. But he actually walked 13 miles earlier on. That's no small thing for the little man, is it? There's your bridge. Right. That'll interest you. King Charles III England Coastal Path. You know what we do? You know what we do at Withensea? That's on the coastal path. Right, now I need to think about what I'm doing now. I think I go left just here. I do. Yeah, see, it's a little bit dark, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we went down there, but there's no lights, which is what was worrying me. It's really dark. In a moment we'll go under the bridge. We've done 5.45 mile. Now we need to go down here. Evening. Yeah, so I think I'm pretty much okay now. Yeah, remember that? We have to go under it in a minute. And then we go round the side of these houses. Well, that's the sky for you. There's not much to look at in front of us, I can promise you that. It's one of them things, you just gotta take it easy, one step at a time. At the moment I'm just following my ears because I can hear the vehicles going over the bridge, and in a moment we go under it. There we go. Don't know whether you can see it or not. That's the bridge. We were on top of that only a few minutes ago. It's a bit worrying when you hear those noises at first. You think something's going to crash. Well, we've done 5.57 miles. I think we should just hit the 6 mile. When we get back to the car. Somebody coming on a bike. Evening. Yep. We're almost, very nearly, back to civilization. Here we go, look. Wow. How's that for an old lamppost? Just take a look at that. I bet that's Victorian. It won't be Victorian, but I bet it's over 100-year-old anyhow. Well, we're on the tarmac road. Now around here is actually the posh part of Hull. If you can afford to buy a house around here in Hessel, you know you've got there. You have made it. We'll come round here in the daytime sometime and have a look at it, and then we'll go and have a look at Orchard Park as well. Orchard Park sounds beautiful, doesn't it? Look at these places. It's certainly not beautiful like it is round here. It's absolutely awful. We should have called it Awful Park. And it's not really all the fault of the people that live there. Some of it is, but not all of it. Got that, the light. Beautiful. So we'll do that anyway. Or I might just do a video, we'll see. I'm getting a guy coming up to sort my computer out on Monday. He's adding another 16 gigs to it. It's got 8 gigs. No, it's putting another 8 gigs onto it, so it'll be 16 gigs. Yeah, I'm alright now. I'm back in civilization. I am alright. Well, thanks for being concerned anyway. Thanks, Sammy. I'm glad I'm out of that place anyhow. It was really dark. I weren't scared or anything, nothing to be scared of, but I was concerned. If that makes any sense. If I fall over anything, something I don't see. Break a leg or something in there. You just don't know, do you? Now, you know the railway line we were looking at? There you are. We were looking at the railway line coming under the bridge when we saw those trains. That's there. And next to it is the A63. Which is there. That's the main artery from Leeds, West Yorkshire, into Hull, and there's your bridge. And as I was saying before, the last time I was on this bridge, not tonight, but about a month ago, there was a lad wanting to throw himself over the bridge. You know, if life were that bad for him, he wanted to end it. I can't imagine how bad his life must have been. Anyhow, the police came, the ambulance, they took him away to wherever they took him to. I hope he got the treatment and the help that he needed. But I felt for him. I know in my life, especially when I was younger, not so much as I got older, but when I was young, my teens, my early 20s, life for me wasn't good. It was difficult. But I never wanted to die. That's the thing. Even though things were bad, I wanted things to get better. I wanted to make things get better. I didn't want to end my life. You know, that's the thing. I just didn't want, I just wanted things, I wanted a good life. You know, the life I have now, you could say. I just didn't know how to get there. So to feel that way, you want to end it, and you're prepared to do something like that, throw yourself onto a busy road I don't know what to say, really. Other than I feel sorry that anybody should feel like that. I just hope that lad, he was a lad, he gets the help that he needed to pull him back from that very dark place. Oh, right. So I knew they were playing Serbia tonight. I heard it on the radio, but I've not missed anything. Oh well. It'll take me about another when I get back to the car, it'll take me 40 minutes. So you could say 45 minutes to get home. I bet I won't have missed anything by then, if I'm honest about it, Dave. Well, we're nearly back at the car. Yep, we're at Hessel. This is called Hessel Foreshore. It's a lovely place. We should be able to see I bet thinking about it, the lights, what we saw on the other side of the bridge, I bet there was over here rather than over there, because it looks a bit bleak over there, but we'll see when we get there. Coming out of this car park can be a bit grim. Someone nearly went in. Well, I nearly went into somebody coming out. I didn't see a car to the corner's pretty bad. There's your bridge. How does that look? Look how many cars are still here. England just scored. Well, that's good, isn't it, Dave? Yeah, just look at that. The moon. It's amazing, isn't it? Well, what we'll do, we'll just walk under the bridge and walk back again. You know, I told you the bridge wasn't far from where I'd parked the car. There you go. It's just here. I said it was about 200 or 300 yards, didn't I? glad I've not got Toby with me at the moment. He doesn't like motorbikes. There you go, you get that look of the bridge. What a view though, eh? Well, we walked over that, didn't we? And then we walked back. Said it wasn't that far away, didn't I? Didn't realise the foreshore car park came down as far as this. There you are. Am I going to jump? No. No, never. I like my life far too much. I enjoy my life. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy my home. I enjoy my missus. I enjoy having Toby. I enjoy my kids. Look at these cottages. You'd have to see them in the daytime to really appreciate them. If a bridge is closed, you have to go about 35-40 miles down the A63. Look at that. Just amazing, isn't it? Well, I'm not going any further, folks. I'm just gonna go back now to my car. I'll say a few words when we get there just to wrap this amazing evening up. Dave, it was light, now it's absolutely pitch black. You know, I was thinking when we was on the other side of the bridge of taking people for a walk. around Barton, but now I'm glad that I didn't. It would have been good, but then it's getting back over the bridge, which would have been all right. But then going through that, like, you know, where we came from, it was really dark and no lighting. It was bad enough, but at least there was enough light. I could see where I was going. So that was all right, but can you imagine if it had been like this and I'd have tripped over something, I fell, a curb or something like that, what I didn't know were there. Not bare thinking about, is it? And that's what I thought. I thought, no, we can come back to Barton and we can have a walk round another time. There's lots of time and there's lots of things to see. I like Barton. It's a bit different to Barton in Salford. Yeah, I'm glad you like it, Sani. Well, where them cars coming from is where we're parked. So I just want to go back to the car park and just wrap this wonderful exciting walk up. I knew it was going to be good, but I never thought it would have ended up being so good. But just think how close the bridge is to the car park, and you think of all we had to do to get round it and get onto the bridge. There's no other way. Amazing that, isn't it? Amazing. But we did it. And you know, even though it was very dark, other people were in a similar situation. And they were riding, one bloke were riding his bike through, other people were jogging and others were walking. I said good evening to everybody, but nobody answered me. I thought that was ominous. But there you go. Well, we're nearly back at the car. You see the corner? That's where we're going, that's where the car is. It's inside the car park, other side of these glass panels. They're meant to stop flooding. I think it was about 15 years ago. We had terrible, really terrible floods. You know, the Humber actually burst its banks. Well, there's my car. So we're just going to go around to it now and then I can wrap this wonderful walk up. Well folks, here we are, my car, Gaz, as you can see. There's his view of the ridge, of the moon, of the river. I don't know if you can see it coming in or not. You probably can't. But anyway, I'd just like to say to everybody, thanks. I'm going to put my headlights on, because you can't see me otherwise. You might be able to hear. Hang on. That's better, isn't it? Right, people. Yeah, thanks for that, Sani. It is. It is. But to get on the bridge, it's a long way round. That's a bike. I'd just like to say to everybody, thank you very much for coming on this marvellous walk. Thanks for sticking by me, especially when it was dark. In that, in that place. Thanks for that. It's people. It's you people who make, me walks what they are. I just want to say thank you to everybody. Tonight's walk has been brilliant. Thanks especially to Dave. He's been there on every walk. Sani, who's always there on my walks. Nick, who's always there. And everybody else. The walks wouldn't be the same without any of you. You just make it what it is. All those who have commented, thank you. Those who have liked, shared and subscribed, thank you. Now I'm going to say good evening, and I'm going to drive back to Withensea. Have a good evening, everybody. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.